I'm Sue Boo, bringing crafting to you, and today I'm going to bring you the second part of the You Are My Anchor card kit. Now, I made these beautiful little cards yesterday that fit into this adorable little box as well. So you get 4 of the little boxes to make, and 2 each of these little adorable cards. So you actually make 10 little cards. So there's 10 little cards and 4 boxes. Now yesterday when I was filming, I forgot the little heart on this stamp. This little heart that should go on here. And as I told you, I'm using everything from the kit, and yesterday I just used my hands and scissors, and I didn't use anything else. Today, just because I have got the tools, I found it far better to actually position things and get the backing off of the glue dots with the Stampin' Up. It's called just says dimensionals on it, but it's got a pokey tool, and it comes in this little container that I've kept all the time, and it's just a nice pokey tool. So it's got a nice point on the end. Not, it is sharp, but it's not, the point is slightly rounded. It still hurts if you do that. And you get this lovely little cover to keep on there to keep it safe as well. So I use this all the time with these little glue dots that come with it. And also today I'm going to use the bone folder because it just gives you that bit better crisp fold, and your cards will stick down better with it. So I showed you yesterday where I just hand did it. So when you hand do it, there's a little bit more of a stick up, but if you rub over with your bone folder, you can see how much flatter that card becomes. So you can do it without these tools completely, but because I've got them, I'm going to use them today. Okay, so the next card we're going to do is this one here, the stripy one. And so we need a little tag. So I've showed you yesterday that I said I like to do mine with sellotape. So that's all I do. I stick a piece of sellotape starting from there, going all the way over the top, and then I double it over at the bottom so that it's easy release. Now that just keeps your stamp in spot longer, because our inks are fast drying inks, which are amazing, and you do want them to fast dry so that they don't smudge, but that also means an ink spot can dry out quickly sometimes, particularly if you leave the lid off. So by doing this, it just seals it that little bit more to help your ink spot stay moist for longer. But I did show you yesterday that you can buy refills for the ink for this ink spot Pacific Point. Okay, so we're going to mount up the You Are Lifesaver. So I'm going to get You Are Lifesaver off here and put it onto my block, and then I'm going to ink up my block. Now let me come more over here. Okay, so just bend that back out of the way, and then I like to go along my ink pad. You can do it either way, but I like to just go along there, and then I just like to print off and photocopy. So make sure that I've inked it up properly and I've not got any ink on my block where it's going to come off. So I'm just going to put this in the middle, and then gonna stamp it. There we go. So as I told you, if it comes up, just knock it down with your finger, and there we go. Now the other thing that I use, but as I said, you can use this under the tap, is I use my Stampin' Chamois, and this will last you forever really. They do get dirty and grubby. If you rinse them well with warm water, that cleans them. I tend to use one side, so I've got the other side that is fairly clean still, and I often wipe my fingers on this as well while stamping, because I get the ink on my fingers and I don't want to get it on to what I'm working on. Okay, so I'm going to put that back on my I always like to put them back, and then we need the lighthouse itself, so I'm going to bring the lighthouse now. Now, I've not used the lighthouse stamp yet, so this is the first time I've used it. So I again rub it on the back of my hand to take off the film, and then you can do this the opposite way now. So you're going to pat this down on top. So this is the other way of doing it. So there's two ways of doing it. So that looks as though that's inked up well. I'm going to bring in my photocopy paper and just see how that's inking. Beautiful. So I'm going to go back over that now with my ink spot. So just hold it between my fingers and I'm just patting down. And because it's a photopolymer, you can see whether it's inking up well or not. Now I have got Sailing Home stamp set, and that is particularly why I wanted this card kit, because it will go well with that. Okay, so we're going to bring in our label, make sure it's straight, and we're going to put this in the middle like that. There we go. I'm just going to hold it a second or two to adhere the ink, and then just flick off with my finger. There we go. And now I'm going to use my chamois to put that off. As I said, you can just rinse these under the tap. If you haven't got a chamois, you can do that. But these are just some tools that would be ideal to get, because your chamois is going to last you, your scissors are going to last you, your pokey tool is going to last you, and your bone folder is going to last you. So if you really love the kits, as I do, those things just added on are just going to make your life wonderful with the kits. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to crease our card. So I'm going to put it into, and I'm going to use my bone folder today as I have it, and do it on both sides, and that makes our card much flatter. And then we're going to put this, and this is exactly the same from top to bottom as the card base. And will it go? It is meant to go that way, yes, so we're going to go. Now I'm just going to go round this with my sharp scissors, picking off those fluffy edges. Okay, there we go. That's it. That's it. Just those few. And what I love about Stampin' Up scissors is they're very sharp right to the very end. They are excellent scissors to use. It just, when you've got a pair of super sharp scissors, it just makes life so much easier. Okay, so they are showing me now that I also need to tie some of my cord on it. Now they say I need 7 inches, but I'm just going to do this and not bother measuring today. I'm going to see if I can save a little bit on my cord so that I can to do it, and just going to see if I can keep this today from springing. there. So got that, and that can be moved either side now. So I need to put it down a bit. Well, there, put it in at an angle, and I'm going to tuck that underneath because they're showing it to come to this side. So I'll cut that off. They don't leave it too long, so I'll cut it off there, and we can sort those out later. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is put our dimensionals. So get our mini dimensionals, and they have said put 4, 1 in either corner. So we'll put our 4 dimensionals in either corner. There we go. And then this is going to go onto our card base. So I'm just going to peel off the back of these. And I can move that around to go that way. And this then is going to go in the middle. There we go. When you feel you've got it in the right place, just commit to it. And we then need our lifesaver, and this is just going to use 3 dots. So I'm going to pick up my dots and put them on the back. So that one's going a bit off there, and it just makes it so much easier just to go underneath and pick them up. So this is easier than doing it with your fingers, and then you just go on the top and it's easy to take those off. So this is these tools actually, so if you were going on holiday or for storage purposes, even if you've never crafted before, and as I say, you just bought the kit, so as you know, I'm just using totally the kit, but you just bought extra bone folder, your pokey tool and your scissors. These will all fit into that lovely box that you got with your kit, and so you could just take these away with you because they're gonna not take up any storage space, so that would be great to use them like that, and easier for you to use those. And then all we're going to do is stick this near the bottom, but I'm going to put that up. Let me get that one coming through the bottom like it shows you. So we want both of the things at the bottom, and we'll put that so it goes to a bit of an angle, and then that we're going to pop across like that so that it gets the top part. Let's pull it over. It's showing you a bit more to one side, so let me just a minute. It's gone in the middle, so just going to move it over to the edge so it will come on. I'm going to get it more, that's it, more to the edge, and I'm going to get it more diagonal. There we go, and then pop this on the top so it just catches on the slight bit of that. Put that in the middle there, and then press down. Okay, so it's just caught that little bit there, and then you've got your 2 little bits coming down, and I'm just going to shorten those so that they don't go too much further down. So you've got it like that. And then the last little bit is a heart. So I've got my heart. I'm going to get my pokey tool, and this is where I find it incredibly easy to do this with the pokey tool, because I've stuck it on there now. I then lift off the backing, then I just stick the pokey tool and that picks it up nicely. So if you're a bit butterfingered or whatever, it helps. And then you can just navigate it where you want. So it's a bit there, and then you just press down and commit to it, and that is that card finished. So it makes it easier with the tools, but you can do it completely without the tools. So that's going to go in the box. Right, the last one now in the set to do is this one with the lovely gold ray. So I'm just going to find this, that's it. And what we are going to do is stamp this first. So Adventure awaits you. So I'm just going to find that. There, Adventure awaits you. So there's some lovely sentiments with this. I'm just going to rub on the back. I'm going to take that off again and just throw it on, because I thought that didn't quite go straight when I did that. So just relax it. Another way is just to put it down and pick it up on the back. So here we go. So Adventure waits you. Now that's gone blotty, and I saw that I pushed that too much on there. Oh, it hasn't done it too much, but I'm going to clean this up and start again. So don't be afraid to clean off all your ink if you're not happy with it, and then just re-ink it up again. So I was not happy how I just did that. I blotted it, I pressed too heavily on a juicy ink pad, and that made it go between my letters. So just gently pat it. Okay, and I'm just putting my ink back on and then getting that in the middle. So let's have that straighten over here and put that in the middle, and then there we go. So there we go. Just knock it off. Beautiful. And then I'll just clean that up with my chamois. And then I'm just going to rub my fingers on that as well, because I felt I got a little bit of blue on there. And then take that off, and we'll put that back on there. Okay. Right, now we've got that one. So on this we need to put 3 little dots in the middle of it. So it wants you to put these more to the middle this time, because they only want to go on. See how effortlessly it is with this, picking them off. I'll put that in there. I'm going to leave the backs on for the moment, because I'm going then to my lighthouse. I'm just going to look at the little fluffy bits and cut those off. Can't do it one way, go in and try the other way. Let's get that off. Just doing that. There we go, that will be fine. And then we want the little dimensionals, and it's just showing you that you need to put 3 on here. So you want 1 right at the top there, and then 1 there, and 1 more or less at the bottom. I'm going to take that. Oh, before we do any more, we need to just do some printing on the card. So you have got some little birdies on your card. So we're going to take that and put that onto our block. Just rub off. And I'm just going to take up this and just bring those in just gently. See what they're like. Perfect. And I'm going to gently again just tap lightly, and they put them in the second one up, going about there. So I'm going to put them in about there. Just press, and we've got them there. So it's gone a bit on the gold foil, but never mind, that's fine. Okay. Don't know whether I can bring Oh, I'm going to leave it. It's gone on the gold foil. Be careful when you do that, because your gold foil, it will probably stay wet. So just bring it further down. I'm not directly over it, whereas you will be. So you can not make that mistake I've just made. Okay, so that was the bird. So pop that back. We're then going to fold and burnish our card. So burnish there and turn over, burnish there. There we go. And now we're going to put our lighthouse on. So our lighthouse, we're going to peel off the back, our release. There we go. And it goes where you've just got it below and on top there like that. So it's showing the lighthouse with the light coming out like that. That's lovely. And then I'm just going to take the top of these off. Just move those out of the way. And then the last one. Okay, and look where this is on here, and it's just about like that. So I'm making sure that it's about equal and straight, and then that goes across there on either side. Now you could, if you wanted to, put a dimensional either side of this to hold it. We'll hold like that. I think I will actually. I'm going to, but what I'm going to do, I'll get my old scissors and show you. If you're worried about using more of the dimensional minis and you're not going to have enough, you will do, but just in case you're worried, I'm going to show you that you use every last little bit of this. So I have just cut that little rectangle, and I'm just going to pop that underneath there. Take off this. So it'd be better if you did that before putting it on. So again, I'm going to cut up that little bit and cut it that way as well. Thought it was releasing, but it's not. So there we go. So all I'm doing is taking that little bit, lifting this up, popping it underneath, then releasing that tape, and there. I think that's better now. So I'm surprised they haven't told you to do that actually, because that will support it, because the glue dots are holding it onto your lighthouse, but that will just support so that it doesn't flatten down when you're sending it to whomever. Okay, so that is the total, and I'm just going to put that up. So I made one of each of the cards, and I don't know, let's see, well I can work it out on here. It shows you on the back of here, I can just find, yes, it shows you on the back of here exactly everything that you need. Now if you think that there's 4 of these, so you're going to need 4 anchors, 4 little circles, and I think there was 24 of that. So you're going to need 4 times 24, which is 4 off 196. So that'd be 96 inches of the actual twine, and you've got everything there, and you don't need any glue dots. I, however, put a couple on to just hold the box at one side, didn't I? If you remember from my video. But here it shows you how many dimensionals you need and how many glue dots you need. So for me, actually making the card set again, I'd need 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So I'd need 15 more glue dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Even if I chose to put 2 more on each of the box. So I'd need that many. I've got all that many glue dots left. Okay, now the dimensionals, as I've said, you use all this outer piece. You can cut that with your scissors. So you'll use every last bit of this. But for the dimensionals themselves, you'll need 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 dimensionals to finish off the card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you've got a big chunk of dimensionals left as well. I can't measure this out, sorry about that, but I know that there's bound to be some of that left. There won't be any card bases left, and there won't be, once you've done all of your 2 cards of each, there won't be any of your card bases left, or your envelopes or your boxes, but you will have the stamps left. You will have more ink left. There will be some twine. There will be some glue dots, and there will be some dimensionals. You have got this little piece from each of the boys that you could stamp on. So let's have a look. You could stamp any of the little things. So you could stamp an anchor, a little boat, starfish, or the little wheel. So any of those would fit on that bit that pokes out. I'll show you what I mean. It's that bit from the centre of your life boat. So you could use that to do that. You have also got all these hearts left. So that's left when you've made everything. Plus 4 of your little tags. Now do remember, if you make a mistake, you've always got the other side. So if there's a mistake happens, you can turn them over and do them on the other side. There also is little bits of corners of this that you can stamp the little boats on, and the little wheel, the starfish, on there, so that you would be able to cut them out with your scissors. You also get 4 of the boys left. You've got your lifesaver rings, should I say. You've got 2 of the red anchors left, 4 of the blue anchors left. You've got 4 of the lighthouses left. So there is a lot that you can still do when you have made everything in your project. And as I say, you will always have your stamps and your ink spot to be able to use. Now, one of the things that I do like to do, and I'll show you on the photocopy paper, is I like to make my own pattern paper. So if you just bought some card blanks, an envelope, so I'm just going to push these in here to keep them safe, so just move that out of the way. But if you just have some photocopying paper, if you get the good quality paper, and let's just move that out of the way, or better still I would say, is get some white cardstock, and you have got all these images to be able to use to make your own paper. So we have got the there we go, and all you do is any direction, okay? So it doesn't matter which way you do this, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't all accurately stamp properly either. You just twist and just move. Now sometimes you can go back in because it's a photopolymer, and bits where you don't feel it got, and just go on top and it has doubled slightly, but that won't matter, because when you do this as a A4 sheet, you can go back in or cut it up however you like. So you could even just do this on a card base. If you just had the card base, you can do however you want. So this, by practicing on photocopy paper, gives you the idea how to do it, gives you the practice, and you're just randomly putting these all over. Okay, so just in any direction you want, and random. So there you go. So it's very, very easy to do this. Put one there. And I'm just looking for white spaces. The random, the better. So this is not difficult. This is easy to do. I'm going to put that one straight up like that. And even if you get finger marks, like I've just got a finger mark down here, even that can be rectified, and I'll show you how. And also do some coming off the edge. So that went off the edge slightly, so just put some photocopying paper underneath when you're doing this. And I'm just going to pop that one there, because there's a big space in there. I'm going to do one coming off in the corner just down there. And I'm going to do another coming off just slightly off at the end. So it's just so easy to make your own paper. And some coming off there. And now the thing is, if you buy more and more kits, because you love the kits, you will get more and more spare bits of the elements, and you will get obviously more and more stamps, and you will also get more ink colours. So you'll end up with quite a few colours, and then that's when you can start to do different colours. Right, I'm happy with that. I'm not going to do any more of the lighthouses. So I'm going to just rub my lighthouse clean. Now the next biggest element in the set is the anchor. So let's just put the lighthouse away now and bring in the anchor. There we go. So I'm now going to stamp some with the anchor. Now you see that smudge mark that I made down there. What I'm going to do is purposely now use this anchor to cover that smudge mark. So I'm going to bring in the anchor, get that smudge mark in the centre of it, and there, look, it's gone. So that's the way how to cover if you get some smudge marks. And then sometimes it doesn't even matter because you can cut those off. So just turn it around. Okay, so you looking to do it as random. The more random you do it, the better. So I'm going to put one that way. And I'm just looking where the white bits are. If I can't quite fit it in, I'll look for another place I can fit in. I'm looking to fit in, and it doesn't even matter if you overlap. You can also overlap, that's not a problem. And put one in there. It doesn't matter if you kiss the other one, you know, that it goes quite close. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to have one coming off there. That's gone out slightly out. That one there I did. And I can get that one about there. Right, now I smudged a bit on there, so I will look to see with something else to disguise that. And it doesn't matter if I can't, it won't matter. So, and as I say, if all of them don't print 100%, that adds to the effect. Okay, and one there. You just do it as random as you like, and it begins to take shape. Okay, I'll have one up there. And let's see, I'm going to get that one coming off there. Let's have a look. I'm going to, oh yes, I can get that one in there nicely. I've really got into making my own paper. I really have. Really enjoying doing it. It's very fun and therapeutic. I just love it. And this is a great way to do it. And I'm going to come around there with that one. And if I can get this one just there. Let's have a look. Can I get anything? Might be able to get something in there. No, that's good. Get that one in there. Can I get anything? Might be able to. Let's see if I can. There we go. Just can about get something in there. Oh, might get something in there. Yeah, going between those. And the beauty of photopolymer stamps, you can just say. So that is the anchor. And so I'm just going to clean the anchor up now. And what little things have we got next? So they were the two biggest ones we've got. So now we've got the little yacht. So I'm going to start to put the little yacht on. Now I've got a little mark there. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to just stamp on the top of that one and get rid of that. There we go. And now I can go anywhere I want with my little boat all over the place. Anywhere I like. And just keep changing your direction of your stamp. As I say, if they don't all print, it's fine. If they don't all print properly, there's no problem. And as I say, the random, the better. Just go anywhere you're seeing white. So anywhere you're seeing white, just go in and just keep moving it different directions. And that one in there. And there. And it's just so much fun. This is just so much fun. I love doing this. Oops. Let's make sure you ink up first in the first place. Okay, and this is really taking shape. And as I say, when you get more ink spots, then you can actually begin to add different colours. But even, this is called monotone, even just using monotone, you can see how lovely this is becoming. Okay, so you're just looking where there's a white patch to go in there, and don't forget, don't be afraid to do them coming off the corners, coming, peeking, just peeking. Did you see that one that I just did? Hopefully you got that, just peeking off the edge. Right, I'm just going to put one there. I'm quite happy. Oh, I'm just looking all the time to see where there's big white areas and just changing the angle of it. Right, I'm happy with that now. So I'm going to move from my little yacht now, and I'm going to put a helm in. I think it's called an helm. I haven't used this before, so I'm just going to rub that on the back of my hand. I'm just going to test it out. Yeah, perfect. And just go anywhere now that I'm seeing big white gaps. Anywhere, just randomly, any place that I am not happy that there's too big a white space, I'm going in there and just doing it. Okay, put one there. See, and I'm just moving randomly all around the sheet. Wherever my eyes see there is a bigger white space, I'm just going in there with this. I'm seeing that the edge there is one, and just, as I say, very, very randomly doing this. Having some come off the edge. Yeah, I think I'll go in there. Let's go a bit higher up there. Some coming off the edge there. I'll have one in the edge there. And you can see how this, I'm getting rid of a lot of the white areas now. And is that now? You don't have to use every single one of your stamps. Okay, you could choose to do all little elements. So the 4 little elements that you've got, which is the starfish, the yacht and the anchor and this helm, you could just do a tiny sheet with all of those on. There is even a heart one that you could do. I've decided to use 2 of the little elements. I'm not going to use the starfish. I'm going to leave... Yeah, I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to leave it that I've just used 3 of those elements. Now, I'm just going to show you, just quickly, that you could do something with this. And I have in the past, if you get a good, even good photo quality, good... I'm just going to cut this at 4 inches. So it's going to have 4 inches by 5 3/4. So I'm just going to cut that, and then I'm just going to decide which way round I'm going to have it that. And all then I need is a card base. So I would put this on my card base like this. So that's just left a little tiny increment, and you could use your glue dots on the back of this to stick it down. So that would be there. You of course have got some of your elements left. So you could pull in your red lighthouse, and then you could use one of your little sentiments over the top there and put a sentiment on there, and there you've created another card from the elements that you had left over from the kit, and all you've had to do is invest in some card bases and envelopes. And as I say, in this case, this is cheap photocopier paper that I've used, that we use in the printer. But if you get better quality, or my actual advice would be to get white card, which would be better, you'd be able to make your own DSP and use up more of the elements. And then as more kits you buy, you can then just add different elements. And I have got next coming up, on my next one, I have got this beautiful one, no matter the weather. So I've got clouds in this one, lots of different hearts, a flower, raindrops, this lovely little bit here. So you've got all those that you could use and begin to add. My phone's going flat. I'm just going to make sure it's not going to go off on the last piece of filming. Yeah, that's okay. So then I could add the elements of this to my making of a DSP sheet, or I could just use these elements in here. And then from this card kit, I'm not sure what elements you get, whether you get many or I'm not sure. So here we go. I'm not sure how many, whether you'll use all these elements up. I'd have to say, because there is 3 sheets of the elements, and I don't know how many it makes, whether you use all these or whether there'll be some left. But each time, as I say, you buy the different kits, you'll get different ink spots. So this would be a basic grey. So then I would have the Pacific Point, the blue one, and the grey one to play with as well. So I'd be able to make sheets of my DSP that have got the blue and the grey on. And this is how I've built a lot of my stamping colours, by having the kits and having different colours. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you can see that there's lots you can do with the remaining elements of the kit. So thank you for dropping by and watching. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be a demonstrator on my YouTube channel. If you're watching from there, please subscribe and press the notification button so you won't be without knowing when I'm next uploading a video, so you can see what I'm up to. And if you like any of the products, any of the kits, you can go straight to Stampin' Up. You can use me as a demonstrator and go through my shop page so that you get gifts from me, which I'd much appreciate if you shopped with me. So it will be in the link of this uploaded video. So thank you very much. Stay safe, stay well. Bye.